Alrighty, thanks everyone for joining. And today we're going to be going over Inventory Smart's departments and how this feature can be used to limit your user visibility. And then we're also going to discuss how to limit a user's app and admin site access or visibility. So let's go ahead and begin with departments and how they can be used. And we're going to start on our admin site. We're going to go ahead and go to this departments tab here. So departments can be assigned to users or items, and they're required when creating an inspection type. So you can also assign departments to those inspection types. So you can assign departments based on the items, users, and inspection types associated with that particular department. If you wanted to add, edit, or remove a department, that would be the first step here on your admin site under the Departments tab. So you'll see here on my account, I have a few departments already set up. And if I wanted to edit or remove a department, you would just click on the existing department, edit it, or hit that remove button. If you wanted to add a new department, you would do something similar when you're adding a new item by hitting this new button and then entering the name of the department. And then you also will be putting in an abbreviation for whatever makes sense to you with that associated department. And then hit save. And then you'll notice it pop up on that list of departments. So Inventory Smart allows you to separate your inspections and their associated pick lists and restock lists by departments. So one department is required, like I mentioned, when creating an inspection type. So let me just quickly show you this under our Inspection Types tab here. You'll notice if you're using inspections, you'll have a list of your inspection types built out, and then you'll also see here the associated department. So if you're not using departments, you'll probably have something similar to this all titled department. But how this relates to your app site visibility is if my user is assigned to a particular department, it's actually going to limit what inspection types are visible to them. So, and I'll walk you through this once we get to our users, but that's similar to assigning a department to a particular item. So you could assign an inspection type to a department and an item. So if you wanted to assign an item to a department, you would go ahead and click on the item you want to assign a department to, find this department section, click on this, and then you'll see a list of all the departments on your account. Now, if you wanted an item to not be assigned to a department, then you would just keep that selected department. If I wanted to assign it to a department, I would choose the department and hit save. And then if a user is assigned to our particular department, then all the items that are associated to that department will be visible to that user that's assigned to that same department. And same thing with inspection types. So we've been talking a lot about users. So let's go ahead and go to this users tab, and then I'll show you some examples of what it looks like if a user is assigned to a department. So if you would like to assign a user, you will go ahead and click that users tab and then choose the user you're assigning a department to or editing. And then from here, you'll notice the same area that's on that items tab that says department. And currently, this user is not assigned to a department. It says no department, show all if a user is not assigned. And usually, if you are using departments on your account, not having a department is good for those supervisor roles or managers that need to see everything on an account. So if you need to see those engineering inspection types or maintenance or housekeeping or however you are creating these departments or visibility separations, then you probably want to be able to have access to all inspection types and all items, and more so. So for that example, I am logged on to this user that we're editing here. And this user has no departments assigned right now. So it has visibility to go back home. We'll click on this inspection. You'll notice it has visibility to all of our inspection types, whether that be for an engineering department or a housekeeping department or a guest services or whatever the name of your departments are. But if I were to go ahead and select this user to be associated with the housekeeping department, I can go ahead and hit save. And then let's go back to our home page and refresh. And if I go back to that inspection, now you'll notice I can only see those housekeeping inspection types. So we'll do that one more time. Let's say I wanted to only see inspection types that are engineering and hit save. Now, if I refresh, I can now only see engineering. And this also relates to your pick and restock lists as well, and those associated items that are assigned to that department. So let's go back and make this user assigned to no department. So again, that means you can see everything. You can see all the items on a pick and restock and all those inspection types, whether they're assigned to a department or not on those pick and restock or for those items. So let's go back. And I think a good example will be to show you a restock list. So you'll notice here on my demo restock that I can see items for an engineering department and for a housekeeping department. So I have that light bulb, that amenity tray, and hangers. So let's say that I want this user again to be assigned to a particular department. Let's say I only want this user to be in housekeeping, just like we did for that inspection type. Go ahead and assign the user to that particular inspection type. Let's go back and refresh our restock. And now you'll notice the list is consolidated and this user can only see housekeeping. So we can only see that amenity tray and hanger, and that light bulb went away because this user doesn't have access to that item that's assigned to that particular department. Same thing, let's go back and go ahead and assign this user to engineering. We can refresh our page again, and now we can only see that light bulb because it's assigned to that engineering, and our user is assigned to only see items or engineering department associations. Alrighty. So now I would like to scroll down and point out two other areas where you can limit a user's visibility. So this section here, called Stockroom Access, gives you the ability to limit a user's visibility for particular stockrooms. So as you can see, this user has all of the stockrooms checked off, meaning all of those stockrooms are visible to this user. And we can see that on a module such as the stockroom count. We'll see all those stockrooms that this user can see. But let's say, for example, I am a housekeeping or a cleaner, and this user only needs to see the cleaning main stockroom, and all other stockrooms do not need to be visible to this particular user. What you can do is you can either manually check off every stockroom besides the one you wish to have visible to this user, or you can also hit that clear all button and then just select the stockrooms you want this user to see and then hit save. So we'll go to that user's app site and let's go ahead and refresh the page. And you'll see all of those other stockrooms went away except for the stockroom that you wanted this user to see, that cleaning main stockroom. Now, similarly, you can actually limit a user's access to app site modules and to the admin site. So this user currently has access to all of the modules on the app site homepage. So this user can see all the blue buttons, green buttons, and purple buttons currently. But let's say I'm a housekeeper again, and the only modules that I use is that new inspection and my inspection modules, or recent completed inspections as well. So there's really no need for me to have access to any of these purple buttons. What can happen is you can go ahead and go into this app site access area, and you can again manually check off what you don't want this user to have access to, or hit that clear all button and then only choose the modules you wish this user to see. Also do our recently completed, and maybe our messaging as well. And then let's go ahead and hit save. And then we'll go back to our app site and see how that visibility changes for this user. So now you'll notice all those purple buttons went away, and now this user only needs to see that inspection module and the My Inspections and recently completed. So you can do that same thing for the admin site as well. So if you wanted a user to be able to, let's say, place an order or approve a physical count, you can actually limit what else they can see on the admin site. So if you wanted a user to, let's say, just place an order, but you don't want them to be able to edit any items or remove any users or delete a stockroom accidentally, you can go ahead and limit their access to the admin site. So I just clicked that clear all button. And I'm going to say that this user, I only want them to be able to place an order. And if I do that and hit save, first, before I log out and go to that user's admin site, I want to show you this is full visibility. So you have all of the tabs available to this user. But for the user that we just gave limited access to, let's log into their admin site now. And you'll notice that this user only has access now to that stockroom orders tab, logout, system requirements, and the help button. So there's lots of ways that you can limit that user visibility, whether that be through your department or through the admin site and changing that user app or admin access or stockroom visibility. So if you have any questions regarding how to set up departments or some examples of departments, or any questions about limiting some users' visibility, please feel free to reach out to me via my phone or my email. And thank you so much for your time today. Bye-bye.